everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ask the Doc. I am your host, Jennifer Filzen, and today I have with me Sanju Zachariah of Portiva. Welcome, Sanju.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's a pleasure.
I'm so glad you're here. So tell us all about Portiva and what you guys do.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me, by the way. So a little background about Portiva. My name is Sanju Zachariah. I'm the owner, CEO of Portiva at this point. We're a medical staffing company, and we are based in Philadelphia. We started back in 2009. And we had a whole different focus back in 2009. We were engaged in back office operations for doctors. We serve doctors, by the way, so healthcare practitioners in general. So we have some dentists, some veterinarians, and so back in 2009, we were focused on, like I said, back office operations. We doing a lot of medical transcriptions. That was the main, bread and butter of the company. Now, until the pandemic hit, that's when things shifted a bit because we started getting calls from our clients asking for more help, more office help. So more of the front end duties where, we had this situation where people couldn't come to the office anymore, like the medical assistants couldn't come to the company anymore, or the doctor's office, if you will, because of restrictions and so forth. And the doctors were kind of strapped, managing the whole thing for themselves. So that's when we started getting calls from doctors asking, "Hey, do you have any people that can help us doing, the phone calls and scheduling and the billing and so forth?" And that's when we started, our virtual medical assistance service. We added that portfolio to Portiva. That's how it all began.
That is amazing. And you're absolutely right. Like, we're already seeing that doctors are busy doing what they're doing, right? Practicing and seeing people. But to be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker within your practice and to run everything in the back end, run the front desk, do all the paperwork, make sure that everything is sterilized. That's a lot for one person to handle. So bravo that you guys are providing those services where they're getting the help that they need. And yeah, I would imagine that with the labor shortage that we are currently seeing, you really are a blessing, right, to a lot of those doctors and practices because it's hard finding help. And here you are. So are you kind of like doing temporary staffing specifically for this and they're just temporary until they're not needed anymore? Or are you doing more of like a headhunting thing where you're placing them permanently in these roles?
It's a permanent thing. So basically what we do is we're kind of, I don't want to call it disruption, maybe a little too harsh or extreme, but we're looking to disrupt the traditional medical staffing industry. So in the old school way, doctors typically, reach out to a medical staffing firm and say, "Hey, we need a medical assistant, a certified medical assistant." And they would have to wait for weeks. And now these days it's even months because it's hard to find people that are looking to work work at the office because a lot of the, the people have retooled, because of the pandemic. They're kind of not going, every industry is going through this, the restaurant industry, the hospitality, travel.
Sure.
People are having a hard time finding good people to work at the office. They all prefer doing, online. So basically what we do, Jennifer, is we have a service where we already have pre-vetted candidates, medical people with medical backgrounds. A lot of them are ex-nurses, and everything can be done remotely. So We have the voice over IP technology, as well as the conferencing technologies, where essentially a medical staff member, they would get interviewed. We depending on the needs of the doctor, if it's billing, or if it's medical scribing, or patient scheduling, different kinds of candidates that we have already, uh, it's already there. We go through the process of, they go through something called the Portiva University, where they go through rigorous tests, and once they're ready to be placed, they're now in the queue. And when a doctor reaches out to us, we then provide them a list of candidates, typically 2 to 3, and then ask them to choose a candidate that kind of resonate with the doctor. So once that happens, they come on board, and pretty much we've had a wonderful experience so far. Doctors get to like them. They're logged in when the doctor comes into the office, and typically they log out when the doctor leaves. And sometimes they're doing stuff even after the doctor leaves, right? Like medical documentation and so forth, trying to catch up. So the great thing is now, we become like an extension of the doctor's office. And it's a lot of time saved for the doctor. And we have doctors that love their virtual assistants, because it's they're not using up a space in the doctor's office. We handle all of the benefits, all the health insurance, the the retirement plan. All of that stuff is handled by Portiva. The doctor just pays a flat rate, an hourly pay. And worst case, if the doctor doesn't like the virtual assistant after a month or so, they're looking to, maybe it's not the right fit. Sometimes it happens, they're not the right fit. We can immediately give them another set of, candidates that they can, hire. So the good thing is, the traditional model, the doctor has to reach out to a staffing company and, wait for weeks. And then, they have no idea what kind of candidates is coming, interviewing. They go through the whole process of interviewing, and, now it's not the right fit. And now the doctor has to wait another few weeks or months to find another candidate, right? So this is where Portiva, we have candidates lined up, ready to go. And a candidate can be found within hours, right? We can give a doctor a readily trained candidates, every day, pretty much. So, and we have doctors' offices that need more than one VA. We call them a virtual assistant, a VA. So, those are some of the benefits of what we provide as a service.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, I love your business model. It's really, you're doing some great work, Sanju, truly. So
Thank you.
now, we're running out of time, but I tell you what, we'll have to have you come back in the future and tell us a little bit more about your origin story. And well, in fact, let's just, if you can, just give us like a 30 seconds. How did you get into this?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. So Portiva started back in 2009, and I am an engineer by trade, and but I have family members, in the medical, friends, a lot of friends who were doctors, and the idea basically came when I had a bad experience at a doctor's office. I had this was way back before 2009, when I was at a doctor's office, and I waited basically 45 minutes to be checked in, because my primary care at that point was so busy, inundated with the staff doing different things. And that's when I kind of, the idea kind of originated, when I felt like doctors need help, managing their practice. As good as they are, I mean, there are truly medical professionals, and their time should be focused on the patient and not doing these admin tasks, right? So that's when I all started, and that's how the idea originated. So
I love it. You didn't just go in and complain. You found a solution, and now you have a very happy business about that. I love that. I love that. Well, we've run out of time, but truly, thank you, Sanju, for being here. Everyone, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing about the good work that Portiva is doing. And if you want to find out more, please go to BuzzTV at iwannabuzz.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.